Straight ahead on 12 News, close calls for tow truck drivers.
It's a situation where there is absolutely no room for error.
A law that's meant to help them. Plus, back to school jitters, not just for students, but for teachers. And later, saving money at the state fair.
Totally free, totally relaxing.
The places to check out that won't break the bank. 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Renslow.
And I'm Mike Johnson. 16 years ago today, State Trooper Ted Foss was struck and killed by a tractor trailer while conducting a traffic stop along the interstate in Rochester.
The incident helped establish Minnesota's Ted Foss Move Over law, but as Delane Cleveland reports, emergency responders say more education is needed.
Minnesota's highways can be a dangerous place for emergency vehicles.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when in our industry.
Just ask Brett Letourneau of Citywide Service Towing in Brooklyn Park.
When you're on the side of the road, you know, the cars are moving by at 70 miles an hour and we're working just inches away from where they're coming. So if the people are distracted for a minute that are driving past us, a disaster can happen.
When Letourneau approaches a scene, he immediately activates his emergency lights.
First thing we do is we assess the situation where we need to be. If it's an accident scene and there's an ambulance on the site.
But even that's not enough warning in today's era of distracted driving.
I would say that there's more close calls now.
Earlier this year, one of his drivers connected a GoPro camera to his tow truck. What it captured shows just how dangerous their job can be.
Vehicle after vehicle after vehicle after vehicle flying by him at 70 miles an hour while he's working right on the white line.
The video also shows how many people don't comply with the Move Over law, which applies to any emergency vehicle.
The month of August, there was increased enforcement by the Plymouth Police Department for the Move Over law.
Officer Scott Kirchner says the increased enforcement is part of a statewide awareness campaign to help protect emergency personnel who have the dangerous job of stopping alongside busy roads.
That's why this law is in effect, so that those people can go home to their families and friends at the end of the night and conduct their business as anyone else would after their working day.
The excuse that officers hear most often from motorists who don't comply is that they don't feel they can safely move over. In that case, the advice is to slow down. Doing so would help make the job easier for emergency responders such as Letourneau.
It's a situation where there is absolutely no room for error, and that's what we're asking for, is to give us a little room for error.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
In other news, a company moving to Brooklyn Park says it plans to hire dozens of new workers. Biomerics makes products for the medical device industry. It will relocate 45 workers from a facility in Rogers to a new, bigger facility near Highways 169 and 610. Biomerics says it plans to hire 120 people within the next 3 years at an hourly wage of more than $30 an hour.
A bridge closure in Maple Grove could impact back-to-school travel. The East Fish Lake Road Bridge over I-494 in Maple Grove closes Thursday and will remain closed through September 12th. The road will be blocked off to Hemlock Lane to the east and Wedgwood Road to the west. The closure and suggested detour is near Oakview and Cedar Island Elementary Schools and Maple Grove Middle School. The detour routes traffic south to Bass Lake Road.
6 new Brooklyn Park police officers were sworn in today. The new group has a wide range of experience. 3 come from other law enforcement agencies, another received training from Brooklyn Park's Police Cadet Program, and 2 others are from Anoka Ramsey Community College's Criminal Justice Program. It was a long process to get to today. Brooklyn Park started the hiring process about 7 months ago.
I think for this group, what'll really be nice is with 3 of them having prior law enforcement experience and 3 of them just entering into law enforcement, I think there's going to be a wide range of knowledge and experiences that they can share with each other to be as successful as they can.
For the officers just starting out, they will go through Brooklyn Park's field training program, which will take 4 to 6 months before they're out on their own.
The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office is looking for a few good men and women. The Sheriff's Office is recruiting for its Explorer program. It's open to people between the ages of 14 and 20 years old. And it isn't just for candidates interested in a law enforcement career. Armstrong grad Aiden Sinclair has been part of the program for the last 5 years. He's pursuing a degree in aviation.
It's a great confidence builder, and I've learned life-saving skills. I've learned de-escalation skills, pretty much anything anyone could ever need to use in their life.
The important thing is that the kids coming into this program aren't just learning law enforcement. They're learning how to be good leaders in their community. They're learning how to serve their community.
12 people are currently in the program, but it accepts up to 20, when more than half the explorers go on to seek careers in law enforcement. Well, for many students in our area, another school year begins on Tuesday.
For teachers and staff, though, the school year is already underway as they prepare classrooms and get ready for a new year of learning. At Park Center High School, the halls may be empty.
This is 30 desks, and I'm assuming about 30 kids.
But the back-to-school jitters and anticipation are in attendance among teachers.
I feel the excitement, I feel nerves, I feel overwhelmed at times. Yeah, it's a lot of emotions happening at once.
For Spanish teacher Amory Gaines, it's a whole new world as a first-year teacher at age 39.
It's where I know I need to be, where I should be. So I'm happy about that.
Gaines spent the past decade working as an equity specialist for the Osseo School District. He's eager for the opportunity to work with students day in, day out, showing young adults what's possible.
There's a lot of kids out there that look like me. I'm a biracial male. I'm black, I'm white, and there's a lot of kids that come from very diverse backgrounds like me.
I'd say my room in Fairmont was probably 75% the size of this or less.
26-year-old English teacher Chris Sturdy taught in Fairmont, Minnesota for 4 years. Now he's one of 180 new teachers to the Osseo School District.
I'm one of the people that likes to get done with summer and back into the classroom. I know that probably sounds crazy, but you're at a high. The year always starts out on a high, mixed with some nerves though, of course.
If he seems calm and collected, it's probably because Chris Sturdy has walked these halls before. As a student, Park Center graduating class of 2008.
Paul Thompson, a physics teacher here, walked up to me and he said, if I told you 8 years ago that you were going to be back in this building, what would you say? And I said, I probably would have said you were crazy.
And here you are.
And here I am.
There's always possibility in each new year for students and teachers alike.
Absolutely. It's good to be a pirate again.
This year, 22 of the new Osseo District teachers are graduates of Osseo area schools. Coming up, the state fair for the frugal. Shannon Slatton brings us some money-saving ideas on a stick up next.
And then later in sports, a preview of Brooklyn Center and today's prep football training camp report.
But first, perfect fair weather, sunnies and 70s on Thursday. We'll be right back. There's a few more days to check out the Minnesota State Fair before it ends, of course, on Labor Day.
And today in Money Savers, 12 News reporter Shannon Slatton found some ways to enjoy the fair for free.
Everyone pays to get into the fair, but believe it or not, that could be the only money spent out of pocket.
Conceivably, you could pay for your admission ticket and come into the fairgrounds and experience all sorts of free entertainment and activities all around the fairgrounds all day and not spend another dime.
Let's show you how, starting with the stage shows.
Those are good!
There are 900 stage shows throughout the 12 days of the fair, where you can catch a show for just about any age.
The free activities and attractions here at the fair really transcend generations, so there's something for everybody here to enjoy at a great value.
Alphabet Forest has become a must-stop for families, packed with free activities promoting literacy. But right next door,
it's really exciting to see such a great place for math.
Math on a Stick debuted last year to promote all things numbers. There's a visiting mathematician, plus plenty of games.
Families come, and grown-ups note that the kids don't ask what they're going to eat next or what they're going to ride on next. They stay here and they want to play, and they're the ones who don't want to leave. The parents are usually the ones who are like, are you done yet?
There's the perennial favorite Little Farmhands that's free for toddlers and preschoolers. But there's also a free activity from the Boy Scouts to get older kids off the ground.
We've got what we call the mobile ropes course, or the adventure park for kids who are 5 to 15. And what we're trying to do is give them a taste of what scouting is like.
For free transportation, check out the trolley that runs north to south daily, except during the parade. And the best meal deal of the fair for kids is the kids' meal at Giggles Campfire Grill. It actually is cheaper this year than last year, falling to only $1.25.
It is a great deal. It's our chicken strips with fries for $1.25, plus you get a cookie sandwich with it.
And finally, there's no need to pay for water when you come to the state fair. Bring your own refillable water bottle and fill it up at any of the stations located throughout the fairgrounds. If you forget, you can request a free disposable cup from any vendor for water. They're required to have one. Saving money at the state fair, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
All right, you can also maximize your fair dollar by planning to go on Labor Day for Last Chance Day, where there'll be special food and merchandise offered at a discount. Stop by the information booths for a complete list. Well, coming up, a wardrobe selection that's one tall order.
But first, Maple Grove takes on Armstrong in girls and boys soccer. Jay Wilcox has that and much more coming up next in sports.
Maple Grove's girls soccer team has high hopes for the season. The 12th ranked Crimson look to beat an Armstrong team that won the Northwest Suburban Conference last year. Highlights from this match at Maple Grove, first half, and Falcons goalie Anna Aguado comes up with a huge save, stopping Meredith Hawkinson from point-blank range. No scoring until early in the second half when Maple Grove's Darian Kolb crosses it to Mia Omar, who gets the touch pass to Lexi Miller for the goal. Crimson lead 1-0 5 minutes into the half. 9 minutes later, those two combine again. Omar to Miller, and her one-timer beats Aguado, and it's 2-0 Maple Grove. Meredith Hawkinson closes the scoring with her first goal of the season. Maple Grove evens its season record at 1-1 with a 3-0 shutout of Armstrong. In the boys' game, Armstrong was hoping to bounce back after an opening loss to a good St. Louis Park team. Maple Grove, meanwhile, looked to improve to 2-0. Armstrong strikes first. Dean Koopman gets it to Michael Laurel for the goal 5 minutes into the contest. 5.5 minutes later, Emil Safo's shot slips through keeper Peter Spock's hand. Zachary Nagel heads it in for a 2-0 Falcons lead. Despite trailing, Maple Grove controls most of the action, and Jeff Clune battles through defenders to get the angle he wants and buries the chance to pull the Crimson within 2-1 at halftime. It's all Maple Grove from there. Ryan DuBois drops the nice pass to Jack Leckler for the shot and goal. The game is tied 2-2. DuBois takes the next one himself, using nice footwork to get space for the shot. Maple Grove scores 4 times in the second half to win 5-2. Wayzata's volleyball team returns most of a group that finished as Lake Conference champions last season. The Trojans opened the 2016 season at home against a section opponent, St. Michael Albertville. First set, the Trojans on the left and white, and Mackenzie Greshel sets for Morgan Baufield for a kill, and a 17-9 Trojans lead. Later, STMA serving. Wayzata plays this well from first contact to the set by Greshel, and a kill by Olivia Roberts for the point. Trojans win the first set 25-17. The second set is much closer, with the Knights almost pulling it out, but Paige Hagelin plays the tip shot well, getting it to Baufield and back to Hagelin for the kill. Wayzata wins 26-24 to lead 2-0. The third set, the quick set goes to Baufield for the attack and kill off a blocker. Wayzata leads 17-14. Baufield later serves up an ace as the 5th-ranked Trojans win the match in 3. They play at Lakeville North on Thursday. Well, Friday is opening night for the Brooklyn Center football team. Here's today's training camp report. While the Vikings deal with the loss of their quarterback, it's full speed ahead for this team in purple. The guys on the Brooklyn Center squad like the way the team is working.
This year we've been looking nice coming in because we've been growing up together as a team, so the chemistry's down, and we've been progressing since the first day we came out during the summer, and I see growth from everybody, the O-line, D-line, receivers, everybody.
This group, this is probably honestly the best group of guys that we had, eager to learn how to play football. They work hard, so I've been happy with what I've seen.
Former Park Center player Anthony Satchel is the Centaurs' interim head coach after Willie Finley accepted an administrative job and had to cut back on his time spent on football. Satchel's been in the BC program for 4 years.
He's been my coach. He's been coaching me for years now, and I look up to him as, you know, like he's made a big impact on my life. So for me, it's a good change for me because I'm proud to see that he's doing what he wants to do.
A lot has been thrown at me the past week. I actually been working a long time. since I was about 22, waiting for an opportunity like this. I wasn't ready for it to come so soon, but since it's here, we're not going to stop, man. We're a team that works hard, so we're just going to try to keep moving forward.
The Centaurs have some size up front and return a good core group from a 3-win team. Quarterback D-back Davia Gabor will be a key player, along with fullback and linebacker Brandon Johnson and running back defensive back Tyler Miller. The Centaurs' first 2 games are against 2 nearby rivals, Fridley and Minneapolis North.
They're going to be our 2 toughest teams so far, looking at me, so let's see what we got.
That's who we like playing, because like most of the players on them team, we know them, we talk to them, so like when the trash talking come, then it's game day, we going to handle it right there.
They'll be tested right out of the gate. Brooklyn Center's up for the challenge.
1, 2, 3, hard work!
And here is the rundown on the Centaurs. Anthony Satchel is the interim head coach. Willie Finley is still helping out when his schedule permits. They return 4 on offense and 5 starters on defense. The opener again Friday against Fridley. So best of luck to the Centaurs.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. We'll be right back.
Arts Value Village in New Hope has a really big presence at the State Fair.
And that's right. Here's Sonia Goins with the story.
Awesome. He's big. There are plenty of gawkers and picture takers at the Eco Building.
He's really big.
The 20-foot-tall Paul Bunyan is taking many fairgoers by surprise.
Yeah, I was wondering what these people were looking at, and I turned around and saw him.
Paul Bunyan is made up of recycled and repurposed materials. All the clothing was donated by Arts Value Village.
My involvement on this project was to collect all of the clothing. So I worked with our 5 Arts Value Village thrift stores, gathered the clothing.
Clothing, Paul, was a tall order.
We estimated that it was about 3,500 pounds of clothing between the clothing used for Paul Bunyan and then the 6 bales of jeans that were put on display as well.
The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency designed Big Bunyan. They've been working on him since May.
Paul's pants is about 42 pairs of jeans. His top is a variety of flannel shirts. I think there's a robe and a rug in there too. The shoes are made out of actually rubber roofing.
Tall Paul is being used to highlight clothing waste and to get people to think before they throw away something.
Can they give it away? Can they repurpose it? Can they sell it to somebody else so they can use it?
According to MPCA, Minnesotans throw away nearly 12 grocery carts full of clothing and other textiles every minute.
You know, people are throwing away jobs by throwing away those textiles.
By recycling or reusing, you're not only saving jobs, but you're being kind to Mother Nature.
There's 18,000 jobs that are supported by the material that you recycle in your curbside or give to these organizations across the state of Minnesota.
At the fair, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
And that does it for us.
And we will see you back here again Thursday, starting at 4.